Somebody said they would love to see us play in a 2K bracket as carries or supports, both of us. And I was thinking, what if we played one game a week where we're both on 2K Smurfs and we just play a lane together and we just show what an optimal lane should look like?
Let me look at this draft. So you have a Sven versus a PA. You have Storm Spirit, Bristleback. Bristle's like kind of hard to lane against. So you've a who's your support with you? Is it Lashrak?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so you have a kill combo. You can definitely like lane from level 1. You can kill him from level 1.
Yep, and so I don't really want to look at the lanes because I know that the lanes were bad. I know that we played the lane poorly. I went stun level 1 expecting him to have stun level 1 so he could pressure the guy immediately. And he went he went edict level 1 and immediately pushed the first creep wave. And from there, the lane was just like completely fucked.
Run back to the lane. Don't block the creeps. That was close.
Yeah, that was really close.
you fucked up. You fucked that up.
Yep.
You just sent him double wave. You don't block those creeps. That's a big fuck up. Like if I see a carry or a support blocking the creep wave on the enemy team as an offlaner, I'm flaming them and laughing at them for giving me a free game. Like that alone fucks up your lane completely. And I feel I can tell you this because you want actual advice. Like if I'm an offlaner and you do this to me, I'm laughing at you in the game, being like, "Is this guy a bot account?" It's legit. It's legit that bad.
No, I mean that was bad for sure.
Look, they kill the Lashrak because you push the wave, or they get him really low. Now you have no support with you. Like you actually fucked up the lane completely.
Yep.
Like the
we should have killed them at level 1. Like
yeah, the way that you beat like a sustain lane is by just killing them with burst, and you have burst, but you've given them like a lot. So now they have this spike when they shouldn't. Like you had a spike early, and now they're spiking, and you're still good, but they're spiking now, and like they were shit early. So yeah, you definitely wanted to like abuse that, but the block like really fucked you up. I honestly don't even need to see like any more of the laning stage, because if I'm in a game and I see
it was fucked from here on out. Like I said, I told the Leshrac to get the fuck out of here, and then just like played my own game basically.
So it's about 15 minutes in. Honestly, I would like probably be trying to hit the tri-camp around this point. I'd be really concerned about, like, there are heroes in Dota like Sven, Anti-Mage, Drow, Medusa, where you just farm so much faster than the enemy heroes, even if they're like a PA who gets Battle Fury. Like, if you just hit the triangle as early as you can and like stack Ancients and shit, you will get so much more farm than them that no matter if you lose the lane or not, you'll have this like huge power spike. So you're going for MKB first against PA.
Yeah.
I would say...
I don't know how I feel about that. But
I would say that that's not necessary. Like, you have to think about the timings in the game of like who... So in the late game, you need an MKB because she scales. She's a carrier, right? So she eventually is going to have enough effective HP that like you actually need one of your scaling heroes to be able to kill her. But at this point, you've Lashrak, you've Puck, you've Willow, you have...
Yeah, she's not the problem.
Mars.
It's the Bristle and the Storm.
You don't need to deal with the PA. You're doing somebody else's job, essentially. Like, you could just be accelerating your farm by building a Sanjin Yasha, and then also that's going to make you, like, way tankier. You can kill the other heroes. Like, who is actually a problem is the Storm.
Yep.
You don't have good lockdown for the Storm other than the Puck. So if you can, like, get on top of him with a Sanjin Yasha and do more damage because of the strength it gives you.
Bristle has a Radiance at 20 minutes, which is also a pretty big deal.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. But once again, he's also a hero that, like, you have the magic damage to deal with him at this point. Eventually, he'll have enough effective HP that it needs to be you.
But, would you have gone for a Silver Edge this game? Or do you think Silver Edge was better than...
Silver Edge is really good. Silver Edge is really good this game.
Yeah, I was between Silver Edge and MKB as my first major item so that I could actually like contribute and kill people.
I would honestly say just like Echo Saber Sanjin Yasha is so good because it just accelerates your farm and allows you to just do general purpose Sven shit.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And then eventually build into the items when you actually need them. Like, you don't need a Silver Edge to kill these heroes at this point. Eventually you want one, but you don't need it at this point.
Right.
But you know what's going to keep you alive? A Sanjin Yasha or like a BKB if people were actually building that on Sven if it was good. But Sanjin Yasha is just like a broken item right now. But essentially, like, you want to think about like the timings at which you're getting the items. You know, it's just not useful to get an MKB or a Silver Edge now. It will eventually be, but it's not now. It's just a fucking damage item at this point. So this is good. What you're doing here is good. I like this. This is good. Like, you basically were just farming top away from your team and taking triangle and being greedy. and then you collapse onto them when a fight starts. Like that's doing your job, and look how much you're getting out of it.
Yeah.
Do that all game, and you'll never die, and then you'll also show up to fights.
Yep. Okay, so from at this point, what do you do next? I was thinking that maybe we should go to Roche, but Storm's up soon. I don't think they had. Oh, they do have Warlock Golem.
You fought on your side of the map. There's nothing you can do. You go farm triangle.
Go farm.
Like that's
Okay.
Yeah. That's basically it. You shove the lanes out and you farm triangle. You could maybe set something up on the PA or like smoke and set something up to kill them, but you're not setting up for an objective. You're setting up for a kill, which sets up for an objective. So what you're doing right now is correct.
Okay, so at this particular instance, we just had that failed attempt on their shrine high ground, basically. And my team, I had muted my whole team at this point, but they were pinging. They were pinging me. They wanted to smoke. And I was like, I don't think this is a good idea to smoke. We just fucked up. They're probably all in the area. We don't want to run onto their high ground. We have no wards. There's a mid lane wave pushing in. That doesn't seem like a very good time to go take a fight in their jungle. Is that correct?
This definitely does not seem like a great time to go smoke. Like you.
Okay, so I said fuck that and went and pushed out the mid lane.
What you could have done is like with that initial smoke, you go place wards and then you like smoke to a ward, but you guys have no vision.
Yeah, exactly, which is why I didn't want to be there.
So I think what you could do is like your team could go smoke. I mean, this is okay though. Like your team does some stupid shit and then you just like collapse onto them, and now you probably want to just get out.
Yeah, which is what I do.
After that, ideally what would happen there is your team gets wards down.
Yeah. But they don't.
They didn't, which means you have a lot less plays to make on the map, which is really unfortunate. And then you just go to the opposite side of the map because your team is taking the triangle, which is kind of like swinging around the map, which is what Team Secret does, which is good. You're looking, you have a TP, pushing out the lanes. You see that it's kind of like this weird shit happening, and you TP and you collapse. This is correct.
Okay. I think this goes pretty well. Yeah, we kill Storm.
Overcommitted.
Kill Storm, kill PA.
You guys lose this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this has been like pretty correct so far, I would say. Other than like what you completely fucked up horrendously
in the laning stage.
Yeah. But this has been correct in terms of like playing a good carry.
How do you feel about Butterfly?
Not great.
Not good?
Not great. I feel like if you want to get an item like that, you can just get a
AC
Evan's
instead.
Halberd. Or an AC, yeah. It's like it just doesn't give you that much effective damage on Sven, and I'm not really worried about the physical damage that they do because you already have a lot of armor on Sven. Sven generally right now is played without a BKB and literally just as a complete like source of damage.
Yep.
Really fast running. Like that's also a reason that Sanjin Yasha is so good, is his base movement speed's so high, and then you have the Warcry as well.
I didn't take the move speed talent because I thought I was going to have to dispel like Ghost Scepters or something, but nobody ever bought them, so it was a wasted talent as well.
And once again, like that's also committing to doing a job that your team should be doing for you.
Right.
Yeah. And I think even with Morons, like you have enough disables that sure in some fights people are gonna get Ghost Scepter off and your team's gonna fuck up disabling them, but you have enough that like in the occasional fight where you have these other items and your team actually does do their job, it's gonna win you games. I think you could actually like pressure high ground.
We have Aegis. So we do go high ground.
And then when the Mars ulti's down, you probably want to get out. And just like let them commit to you.
Okay. So we kill Storm. Storm buys back. Going back in, probably a mistake, right?
Yeah. The moment your like BKB is down on Sven and your ulti, the thing with Aegis on Sven is it's not that useful because you just respawn, you don't have your ulti, so
right,
and you just get out. That's like the best case scenario what just happened there actually.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are winning. Like this looks like a win so far.
Yeah.
Like where does the throw happen?
So they're fighting top. I'm still pushing. Still pushing. I probably should be showing up by now. Okay, there we are.
Yeah, this is good. They have to respond to bot too.
Yep.
I guess my only critique there is like you just TP'd right on a creep wave, and if somebody TP'd back and canceled your TP, it would be really devastating. But that's something that like only high Immortal players will do. Most, even in Immortal bracket, people are too dumb to like make plays like that. Like TP cancel plays on like high ground defenses and shit.
Right.
People don't do that, and even like low Immortal people don't do that. So.
Okay.
But if you're high Immortal, there's going to be like a CM there that cancels your TP. Yeah, Storm definitely becomes an issue, but I definitely think like your team. I'm guessing your Mars is like a Deso or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Surprise,
MKB.
surprise.
No
I'm guessing
BKB.
like, your puck probably has like Veil, Yule, some shit like that.
No.
Probably Willow.
He went
Okay,
Hex. He went
Dagon.
Midas Hex. Midas Hex
That's
Dagon.
even worse. Okay, I guess like your Willow has like a Veil and like Atos or Yules or some shit. Okay, Orchid Shadowblade, and then Leshrac, all damage and aggressive
Yep.
shit. Okay, so nobody has any fucking disable.
Yep.
For Storm.
Yep.
You need to like scream at your team to be like, guys, we need sheeps. We need sheeps.
I said we need hexes. Somebody needs to build a hex. I said that a bunch of times, but obviously it didn't happen.
The problem is they have like Bristle plus Warlock.
Yeah, it's so much fucking damage.
So they're legitimate, like they're doing so much damage to you at this point in the game. And this is why I think that like if you had the different items and your lane didn't go so poorly, you just wouldn't have to deal with them at this point.
Yeah, that makes
Like,
sense.
This just seems like one of those situations where they have this weird ass fucking combo in the late game that's actually just so strong that you couldn't predict. There's no way that you can predict it, but like the only thing.
Right,
The only thing you
it's
can say
actually
is
fucking destroying us. I'm the only person that
Yeah,
can actually
yeah.
like stand anywhere near the bristleback.
Right. So like I guess the thing also is like you have no Crimson Guard, you have no pipe. So
Right,
of course it's destroying your team.
right.
I'm sure you have no BKBs. So it's just like itemization from your team. Like there's no coincidence that you have lifesteal and BKB and you can survive through it.
Yep.
So it's just one of those weird late game scenarios where like you didn't own them hard enough in the mid game, in the early game, and your team just has dumb items in the late game. So now like they have this fucking ridiculous combo and you have no BKBs and no defensive items whatsoever.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, so we're still at 15k though, so it's like, should we lose this game? I guess it doesn't really matter at this point because it's late game against the Storm with this crazy combo. 15k is actually not that big of a deal, especially because it's mostly on me. It's basically all on me.
Yeah, the whole game like completely devolves at this point where it's like I didn't even know that Warlock Bristle is like such a good combo, but it makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
it seems really fucking good. And then with Storm too, like zipping from far and the Warlock Fatal Bonds, and then they have a PA as well.
yep.
Jesus. And you don't go on this guy ever.
Yeah.
You never go on that guy. You
I
just
know.
completely ignore his existence. Like what you need to be doing is telling your Mars, blink the backlines. Like kill the CM, kill the Warlock. As
So-
if somebody's blinking the backlines and killing CM and Warlock, these fights are 1,000 times easier.
Right, and so that's the thing is like, I figured it would happen because we have a fucking Puck and we have a fucking Mars and we have a Leshrac with an Atos, but it just never happened. Every single fight, they just all went on Bristleback.
A blink might actually just be good in this game.
Exactly.
Of a butterfly.
That's kind of what or just like a fucking Shadow Blade is sort of what I came to the conclusion. Like I needed to actually go on backlines because nobody else was.
Yeah, if you guys don't start the fight by like getting on an important hero and you just take a 5v5 fight, they win. Like this game is all about initiation. And the only person that they're going to let you initiate on if they're good is the Bristle. So you either need to blink the backlines or like pick somebody off with a Hex on the map before you fight. Because in a full 5v5, it's so fucking obvious they're owning you now. So like any 5v5 you don't want to take unless like it's because you see, oh, the CM is standing on a ward. Let's kill the CM first, you know, sort of thing.
Right.
So you can now that you're cleaving the PA, it's good. But fucking ignore this guy. Stop hitting him.
Yeah.
Run to the other people.
Run to the other people.
Kill those people. Like there's a CM and a Warlock standing right there. And look how well this is going. You're actually focusing. Stop hitting him. Kill that Warlock.
I'm getting fucking slowed by the Warlock shit, so I was just hitting the nearest person to me.
Because you didn't run by the Bristle and go on the Warlock and CM that were standing in the backlines. You're focusing the Bristle too.
Fair enough.
Like you need to not be intimidated by these heroes standing on the front line because they actually don't do anything.
Yeah,
like
I could just run past
and
them.
Bristles and shit, they legit don't do as much as it looks like they do.
Right.
Look at this fucking guy. He's trying to save his team. He can't do shit. He actually can't do anything. This Bristle, you're just ignoring him, and it's good. If you do this in every fight,
yep.
There you go. So that's it.
We kill Storm, we're up
There it is.
24k, and then Bristleback just burns down our whole team. Storm comes back in. I have no resources. I die. I can't get out.
And he grips you.
Grip gives him 1,800 gold.
When it comes to the late game and Storm buys back, you fucking get out. Like that's
no matter what.
That's the stupid thing about this hero late game, and that's why like when it gets to this point in the game, it devolves where I can't even tell you like how to play the late game. It's literally just a Storm game.
Right.
Like if he presses buyback, you BKB and get the fuck out immediately.
Yep.
Because that hero zips from base and does 2,000 damage to you.
So right here, I just went for tier 4s. Force them to actually come back after. I don't know why I killed this tower. I was kind of like not sure what to do.
Yeah.
So I went for tier 4s.
It seems like you've been like traumatized by this game of like thinking you can't fight them when you actually can.
So I get Storm to come back, and then I come back to my...
You trade a Rax for it, though, which is not that great, but it is late game, so Rax doesn't really matter that much. Buybacks really matter a lot. If you can kill somebody without buyback, oh my god, he has a fucking Ethereal Blade. Why? He was Sven on your team.
So
nice, you're going for the Warlock.
Yeah, but I don't have BKB up because I used it to TP back to base because the Storm was there, and then I just get melted by this fucking CM Warlock fucking Bristleback combo.
I think the play is like you don't even hit the tier 3 there. You just TP back. Have Mars buyback. Like, I don't see why you guys think that you can't fight. Did they have an Aegis? They did, right?
But still, they're pushing. Yeah.
They're still pushing high ground. That's still really hard for them to do. Like, you have buybacks on heroes. You don't want to sack Rax to like split push like that. It's okay. I would say like more often than not, I've seen that just go agreed. Like that's loses games. Like that's usually a point where like a carry just has given up on their team and the game just ends. And that kind of happened here where they just fucking wipe you. Yeah. After that happens. Like you need to take like one last hurrah fight. Unless like somebody's cutting the creep wave and something's happening where they can't push the Rax, it's like not like you guys had no reason to not take a fight there. You had buyback on Mars,
yeah,
and you didn't TP back. Like I don't see why you guys didn't fight. There was no reason. Like Mars buybacks on. He's 5-11. Like if he buys back and dies, nobody gives a fuck. You'll kill them. I'm pretty sure your Willow probably had buyback or your Leshrac or something. Sure. Even then, they're still pushing into high ground. Like you can take one last fight.
Okay, yeah. So I was thinking that I needed to force somebody to come back first before I TP'd. Is that incorrect?
I think the thing is like as long as you push the creep wave in, somebody's gonna have to eventually deal with that anyway. So like you don't need to hit the tower. It's just kind of like overcommitting to forcing them back when they already need to get back anyway.
Okay, yeah. So I was thinking that just because the fights had gone so poorly up to that point for the last couple of fights, like it didn't feel like we could actually kill them.
The fights went poorly because you guys are going on Bristle. Like that's why the fights went poorly.
Right.
If you guys run at the CM in the Warlock, legit those fights are like nowhere near as hard. You're just allowing him to intimidate you.
Sure.
As like a team. Even you in a lot of those fights, as somebody who understands that you ignore Bristle, you are even going on the Bristle because it's like fuck, I can't just run past this guy. It's like a psychological thing that you just have to get like pretend that he doesn't exist.
I just thought I could kill him in a couple of the scenarios.
It's never worth it. Like that's what you're just playing into his hand. That's what he wants you to do.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Cool. Hello everyone, and thank you for watching the video. We genuinely appreciate your time and attention spent with us here on the YouTube channel.